What's up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It is I, the one and only irreplaceable OP Skills, back for an episode of Victory Gaming Network. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my review of The Evil Within for the PlayStation 4. This is a third-person survival horror game created by Shinji Mikami. That name should prove familiar to those of you who are big fans of the Resident Evil series. And it appears that he is taking an attempt at going back to his horror survival roots with The Evil Within. So anyway, let's get right into the first aspect of the game, and that is the story. The main protagonist, the character you play as, is Detective Sebastian Castellanos. Supporting characters are Detectives Joseph Oda and Julia Kidman. So the story goes, the game basically starts out as you and Detectives Kidman and Oda are being returned to the station, I suppose, from a investigation when you receive a call of multiple homicides at the Beacon Mental Hospital. Now, when you arrive at the hospital, you begin investigating and everything, trying to figure out what's going on. And not too long after you arrive, you quickly realize that something really, really bad is going on, and you eventually get enveloped in this kind of real cruel, grotesque, horror, kind of like horrific world. And the story really just kind of evolves from there. I'm not going to give away any spoilers for those of you who haven't played it yet. Now, I do have to say that this is probably the best third-person horror survival game I think I've ever played, at least dating back to Dead Space 1 and 2. But with that being said, however, this game is definitely not without its flaws. One of the biggest flaws, at least in my opinion, was being the main protagonist himself, Sebastian Castellanos. In my opinion, he was just a little bit bland and really kind of cliche. He was this detective that he had a rough history and drank his problems away, different things like that, and he was just really unforgettable, at least in my opinion. Now, as you play through the game, you do come across Joseph Oda later in the game. I just broke my rule. I said I wasn't going to give away any spoilers, but anyway, you do come across your partner later in the game. But don't grow to rely on him too awful much, as the large majority of the game you're going to be playing just by yourself, solo. You and your partner continuously tend to get split up intentionally. And there are also a few other characters that come into the game, as you guys are probably seeing right now. One of those is a doctor that survived the slaughter that happened at the hospital. Another thing I want to mention that is really great about this game also is the atmosphere of it. It's very dark, very gritty, almost black and white at times, and it really works to this game's favor. And there's also another really interesting thing here is that the Evil Within does not rely on cheap jump scares like a lot of other horror games do. It actually has this kind of pulse-pounding, suspenseful build-up a lot of the times, to where you will literally, just get scared by the simplest of things, a bush blowing in the wind, or grunts or footsteps from an unseen enemy, and it's really, really just kind of intense and pulse-pounding, really, really great. So anyway, overall, I would say that this game is definitely a buy. If you guys can pick this game up now for really, really cheap, at least in the States anyway. I don't know about anywhere else, but here in the States, I picked it up for like $15 US, very cheap. Aesthetic-wise, this game looks phenomenal. I really had no problems there. And like I said, you guys can pick it up really cheap. So if you guys find this game and you're into horror survival games, definitely pick this one up. Yeah, you won't regret it at all. It's an amazing, fantastic game. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this game. If you liked it, you hated it, whatever. Let me know in the comments. I look forward to reading those comments. And thanks for watching, and have a good one.